Let's start today with our feature. We call it LOL News. Phil, you're up first today. What was your favorite story of the past week?
I'm going to talk about the story, and we're going to talk about it later on, I think, probably, but it's so funny, I think. The story on Monday in the Welsh newspaper, the Western Mail, and they did a feature on the girlfriends and wives of Welsh rugby stars, right, for the World Cup, which is coming on, starting tomorrow, on Friday, I think, or Saturday. Yeah. And I'm just going to read out some of the... This is Monday, 2015, right, okay. So one of them was Sophie Harris, and I quote, "She describes herself as a small-town Welsh girl living in London. We think we'll add totally gorgeous to the list." But they did also do a nod towards intellectual capabilities of these women. Dr. Anne Wyn-Jones, lecturer, wife of Alan Wyn-Jones, quote, "Clever and sporty, a former 400-metre hurdler." I mean, you know, this is 2015. You know, life on Mars, there's nothing on that.
Well, Donald Trump would fit in very well on that particular page. I'll give you my story here, and then we'll go over to Phil, to Dario. Mine was when Bill Maher was interviewed on Hardball with Chris Matthews, an MSNBC television show, and Maher was his acerbic best. He said, "Why do they give Trump so much airtime?" And I believe he gave what has to be the quote of the year, and he talked about Donald Trump's sayings. He said, quote, "These are just the brain farts of someone who obviously in his career has breathed in too much construction debris." Ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Dario, what was your favorite story, man?
Well, I'm going to have to go back to the beginning of the week, last week, and it's Cameron's jibe at Yorkshire. So, while referring to the government's plans to devolve power and talking about, you know, the Northern Powerhouse and all this kind of stuff, he was up in Yorkshire, and he got caught on microphone saying, "We just thought people in Yorkshire hated everyone else. We didn't realise they hated each other so much." Now, I'm from Leeds, so I'm qualified to talk on this subject. And I think for a start, you know, northern cities, they beat London hands down for friendliness. I mean, this is the problem with Cameron. He doesn't like straight talking. And of course, that's what Yorkshire people are all about. And I think one of the things is that Yorkshire people won't forget. I think this might cost him a few votes in the long term. So I thought that was interesting. Actually, I mean, on the one hand, it was an innocent thing. It was a bit of a joke, and we're all guilty of making generalisations and jokes like that. But I do think it's indicative of Cameron's sort of us and them attitude.
Yeah. Well, speaking of straight